All right, we're live. So, today, the plan is to continue on with learning Express and specifically focus on routes, controllers, and views. Not sure how far we'll get through this, but I would expect within the next, I don't know how many streams, maybe 2, we'll get to this next project. No promises necessarily, but I'll try to get there. So yeah, I'm just gonna think about how I wanna lay this out. I'll probably put this on, probably shift between my notes and my code as well. So I'll probably just set up a dummy project or something like that to practice some routes in. Or not, I'm not sure. I haven't decided. Maybe I won't need to. But anyway, so we're going to be studying / coding. All right, let's get to it. All right, in a real app, we'd want to handle many different types of requests for different things. Routes essentially, so routes map. Match HTTP requests and a type. And a to the appropriate set of controllers. So the controllers are the middleware. All right. I'm just gonna close my. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna close. I have a window open and it's really loud. BenStack is live indeed. I'll be right back in 1 second. I just have to close the window. All right, I'm back. Because I heard like a motorcycle going by really fast, and realities of living in an urban area, unfortunately. And that was going to be distracting. So that's why I did that. Okay. How's it going, anime? We'll explore controllers and middleware in more detail. For now, let's dive into how we can use routes. This is going to be good, I think, to learn, because I was kind of just winging it yesterday, so kind of having formal introduction here. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Today was actually good because A, it's Friday, and B, nothing insane happened at the apartment, so can't complain. You know how to use context? Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm probably not a master at it, but you're talking about React, right? The use context hook. Just do like I'll just include app.get. Basic, yeah. Request. We don't even need. Backend already, yep. We just go watch your videos about it? Yeah, I forget exactly which lesson. Probably the end of the React content anime. I forget exactly which streams those are, but probably somewhere in the 70s. Near the end of the React content. Basic post requests. Let's send. or something like this. So, we'll probably do like a multi-line comment here, maybe. Oh, thanks. I'll be sure to check it out. Great job, Ben. Tomorrow will be 3 months of you consistent. How are you feeling about it? Do you think you've improved a lot? I think I have, Abdelle. Not just improved, but also just like gained a lot of you know, understanding of these topics, like understanding and just kind of being exposed to them, right? Like I was confident in my ability to do it. It was just a matter of sitting down and actually putting in the work, you know what I mean? I have actually been on YouTube for 4 months now, but I haven't been streaming every day. So yeah, tomorrow's 90. We're approaching day 100 soon. I mean, we're like 10 streams out, 11 streams out. Don't get your hopes up though. I don't have anything special planned for day 100. It'll probably just be a normal stream, but if anyone, you know, wants to see anything specific, then let me know. Maybe I'll do some like special requests, or maybe I'll do like a project review session or something. I don't know. I haven't decided, but unfortunately I don't really have it in my schedule to fit a longer stream. I would if I could, but I've got too many things going on in my life. I can't really just set aside a whole day to do like a 6 hour or like an 8 hour stream or something. But I wish I could. But that's just the reality of working a full-time job and doing this at the same time. Let's have a party. Yes, we can have a party in the Discord. We can have a party in the Discord. Okay, so I should say app.get. What should I say here? And I could say like route, given route matches get request to do that here. Oh, why don't you look up Hackathon online and do it on stream? I don't think I have time for that, anime. I really don't. You know, I can fit in these streams. You know, I can do my 2.5, 3 hour streams, and I can fit that in, but I can't just set aside an entire day or 2 days. I have too much going on in my life between my job, relationship, friends, living life, like getting, you know, like basic life stuff like stores, groceries, paying bills, etc. I just don't have the time. You're also busy on a Saturday? Yeah, like tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow? We're going out of town tomorrow to do some shopping, some more shopping for the apartment, after stream, and I don't know, I have some other things going on as well. I have to do some financial stuff. Need your advice when learn a language. I forgot some of the things I learned. What's the best way to maintain, I'm assuming you mean maintain your knowledge. I think the best thing to do, Abdella, and this is the kind of the thing that I do, is off stream. I've started doing it off stream, is to go and just reiterate over what you've learned before. Whether it's building a small project, like for example for me, I did front end, you know, a little bit ago, and for me practice would look like going back and building a small React app again, just front end, just to, you know, flex my muscles. It's all about practice, and if you don't use it, you lose it. So you just have to keep using the skills that you learn. That's the best way to maintain it. Otherwise, you will forget. Okay, so this is app.post. So this would tell us that the route, given route matches post requests to the messages. Paths can be static, like single words, e.g. Oh, actually, I should say path types. Path types. optional pattern. Or I should say, instead of static, I should say fixed. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, so wrap optional characters in French brackets. Match any number 0 or more of any character. This is kind of like just regex. Used for matching any unused paths that can direct to a 404 page or something like this, right? Is the max XP 75? What do you mean max XP? I don't know what XP you're talking about. Okay, route parameters, okay. Route parameters. Denoted starting with example, e.g. username messages would match if the request, I think it's the request object, right? Or something like this. I mean, for your channel, sorry about being vague. I don't know. I still don't know. Like, what do you mean XP? I don't understand what XP is. Is that like something on live? Or is there like something with lives that you can have XP or something? I don't know. I honestly don't really know how. I haven't really looked into that. Or are you talking about like? Yeah, I'm still confused. I'm sorry. I'm still not sure. Okay, and then we can do like, yeah, message ID, blah blah blah. Okay, so query parameters. No, I still don't know what you're talking about. I apologize. Okay, I see. Route or query parameters. Noted starting with question mark, right? So after each key value pair is denoted in the URL or in the route separated by ampersand. Oh, interesting. I don't even see that. I don't even see the XP, and I don't even see whose XP is what. I see what you're saying now, but I don't see that on my end. It's very possible that it's 75 is the max. I'm not 100% sure because I see the chat as like a streamer, so maybe the streamer view is different than the viewer view. This is my first backend. I've done a couple backend streams. This is my third or fourth backend stream, but right now we're doing Express. I'll just let you know what the working on message is. We're doing Express routes, controllers, and views. So route parameters, query parameters. So you could do like a query, for example. Queries are for accessing key value pairs inside the middleware chain. I'm still not 100% sure what that is. Express automatically parses in query parameters in a request and will populate rec.query. Populates query pairs into request.query, the request object. Yeah. Okay. Watching you from past 1 week and you're really motivating me to be consistent and obsessed, man. Keep going, dude. I appreciate that, Ashwin. Thank you for your kind words. I'm trying my best. And again, and I'll keep repeating this and I'll keep hammering this into everyone's head. The most important thing is being consistent and showing up. Even if, it got me to over 1,000 subscribers. I mean, not that I care about subscribers so much, but I've learned a shit ton in the last 89 days. Like you can go and look back through my streams. Like I've put in almost 300 hours of live learning. And I've got some stuff to show for it. You can check out my GitHub. Like, I don't know. I'm here to motivate. I'm here to encourage. But the only thing I ask, and I'm not saying you're doing this at all, Ashwin, but yesterday we had somebody in here who was like imposing his negative opinions onto me, and I don't really appreciate that. But other than that, like I'm here to be a study buddy or whatever it is. Chat about tech, etc. And grind and make progress. So, okay. So let's see. You may have already seen this with websites like YouTube. Every YouTube video is given a code. Yes, we have. Okay. Then we have routers. Okay. You've been using routes, and all routes we've shown have been attached to an app. Real application with lots of routes. We probably want to organize our routes. Organize routes into a router. So to be explicitly attached to the objects. Right. Did you perhaps do something wrong on stream? No, I basically there was an individual who I will not name who was basically telling me what I should learn and why, and being kind of rude, and saying that what I was doing is wrong. And I mean, the way that I approach learning is it's my opinion, and like it's my kind of subjective. If I want to learn a certain way, I'll learn that way. If you want to learn another way, that's totally fine, as long as you don't kind of tell me, bring in negativity, I guess, is basically the main thing. So, no, I don't believe I did anything wrong. This guy might think I did something wrong, but no, I mean, that's just, it's mostly just about like respect and not kind of being negative, So that was what the situation was, but okay. It'd be nice if we could extract the route groups into their own files. We could do that using routers. Go back to our basic Express app. Okay, so we can do a router. So router is like built into Express. That's pretty cool. There is a router objects built into Express. I don't know if it's more common to use common JS or modules with Node and Express. Should you use CJS or modules? I honestly don't know. Because we were using modules yesterday, and it seemed to give us hiccups. Maybe it doesn't matter. Yeah, this is kind of a good, I think, Stack Exchange article to save. Oops. This is kind of going over what we were struggling with yesterday a little bit tactically. I think people are different. You just didn't put it the right way. I mean, I don't know. I think he was being rude, but that's just my opinion. And I was, that's just, and he was kind of being spammy a little bit, so. I don't know. I think it's my thing is it's up to me to decide whether somebody is being rude or not. And I mean, if you apologize and you're like, sorry, I didn't mean for this to come off negatively, like that's okay. I just think when people are being belligerent, I think it's not really appreciated. I guess that's just my thing. And I also am willing to hear people out as long as they don't come in here and tell me that, like, he was basically telling me I'm gonna get like destroyed by AI and all this stuff. It's like, dude, like that's not productive. It's not productive conversation. And you're like, and the thing is like you're allowed to think that, like, and I'm not gonna blab on about this for much longer, but you're allowed to think that I'm doing like something wrong or whatever. I just if you express it nicely, I'll take your concerns into consideration. Just I just appreciate if people wouldn't be so blunt and rude. That's it. But anyway, I'll stop talking about that now. We just destructure the express object to get a router function, and then so then we can attach the route. Attach route data or routes to callbacks and callbacks to the router instead of the app, right? And then so we export the author router. Yeah, exactly. It's in the past. 100%. Totally with you. And then to use for the app to use a router, simply include app.use and then like the root route and then the router as a router object or whatever. Path. Something like this. Import router definition into this module. Say main app module or something like this, right? I think that's good. You specify that any requests with paths starting with authors will be passed to the author router. So for example, any routes for, I should say, app.use any routes that match will be passed through the author router. docs as the root in author router, right? Any other requests that will start with either of these will be run through the index router. Got it. Okay. Test these routes to use Postman, which will allow you to send, get, and post requests without the browser. I'm familiar with Postman as well. I think I used another one too. You can also just send them with curl if you're, hardcore. All right, read through the Express's primer on routing for an overview of these lessons topics. Remember the reference to okay, so let's see, routing. We'll just like skim this. I'm not too concerned. Express router docs or something like that, right? And we'll just wait for the break. Get going here. All right, take a 5-minute break. Yeah, I have a feeling we might actually, if this is all notes, might all be notes. For this though, I might code along with this one. The routes we already kind of did, but for that one, for the controller test, I'll probably make a mock project for that. But yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a pretty chill stream tonight. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about this right now. I think I might move the. I have a fan that it's really hot in my apartment, and we still don't have air conditioning because the building I live in is. It's kind of how should I say? It's brand new, so there's a lot of hiccups, I guess. They haven't figured out how to turn on the AC. It's like 25 degrees in here, and I'm a little hot, so I'm actually just gonna run and grab the that fan, and I'll be back in 1 sec. There we go. Oh, it's gonna be loud, isn't it? I didn't think of that. All right, that might be annoying. Oh no. Okay. So it's still picking up. Let me change the resistance on filters, edit filters. I just want to change the threshold, the open threshold a little bit. We'll do -25. Yeah. All right. $22? Okay. All right. You know if the fan's annoying, but you know, it's kind of necessary, unfortunately. But yeah. All right. Lock in. All right. Routing refers to how an application's endpoints URIs respond to client requests. For an introduction to routing, blah, blah, blah. I have a 6-month roadmap, including 5 to 6 hours of studying and implementing for every day. I'm so happy to find people with a purpose of it. All the best, man. Appreciate you, Ashwin. Yeah, it's hard. I wish I could do that much per day, but unfortunately, I work a full-time job, so I don't really have time. You know, I working 8 hours, and then I have to, you know, do life stuff like get groceries, go for walks so that I don't go crazy. You know, laundry, dishes, things like this. Go to sleep, obviously. You know, like hygiene. Now, there's only so much time in a day, right? So I do what I can. But you know, the most important thing is making progress. I don't make progress every day, but you know, showing up when I can. When I can. Did it? What did you do? You got chat to work? Nice. I mean, were you not chatting yesterday, or was that maybe the day before? Or does it like break every single time you try to get it to work? Like, that's so weird. I'm gonna start. I'm just procrastinating on the dual streams. Oh, it's the user agent. Got you. Yeah, no, I'm gonna get dual streaming working. I'm procrastinating on setting it up because I want to do it right. Because there's this thing I found called Restream. I don't know if it's any good. But I'm gonna I need to sit down and play with it for a little bit and do some private just stream testing stuff. But I haven't had time to sit because it's been so hectic. But that's coming soon. I'll do Twitch, YouTube, dual streaming. So you know, if you want a better viewing experience, you can go to Twitch, or at least chatting experience. There might be ads in the only thing, more ads. You had to find a user agent that still blocked the ads, but also let chat load. Oh, I see. You've been here this entire time. Got you. Cool. Well, I appreciate you being here, Tyler. Got ads blocked on Twitch too. Nice. I need to figure out how to do that. I have YouTube. First of all, I don't watch a lot of Twitch anyway, so it doesn't bother me. But I have YouTube that I don't pay for. So, but anyway, you define routing using methods. Yes. Establish this. The routing methods specify a callback called handler functions. Oh, interesting. Routing and define more than one callback function. Not know that. Teach me the way sometime. Just let me know. Oh, speaking of the way, I know. You know, it's not the most recommended thing, but I finally got off Windows on my tower. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with the distribution I'm on, but because it's kind of basic, but I'm playing with it. I backed up all my data. I got off of Windows, so big W. What did I put on my tower? I put Ubuntu on it. I know Ubuntu, but I just wanted to test it have something easy that I could just play with for a bit, and then I could switch later. And I know Ubuntu's not horrible. I know it has like a weird package thing, like Snap Pack or whatever it is, but it's not the best for gaming either. But you know, I just put it on there just to. But I backed up all my game saves and everything like that. I just wanted to play with it, to be honest with you, in an easy environment. But anyway, yeah. I don't know. Again, it's just the start. It's just a starting point. I'm not, married to it or anything, but yeah. So I mean, it beats Windows, right? That my thinking was like I didn't really have the time to like. I know you mentioned Void Linux, and I was thinking of doing that for my ThinkPad, but I just wanted to get something up and running quick that I could play with. And I remember you saying Ubuntu was decent, so I jumped on that. The thing I like about it is that it's fairly up to date. Like things like Linux Mint, they're good, but they're a little bit outdated, I think. I like GNOME because it's similar to macOS. I don't love it, but it's okay. It's so awesome to hear, yeah. And it runs Minecraft like perfectly. I have Minecraft up on my Ubuntu machine now, and it's like I played like 15 minutes earlier yesterday just to test it, and it was running like insane. And the system resources, like before on Windows, I know I'm kind of yapping a little, but before on Windows, just idling, my machine was using like 12 gigabytes of RAM. Now it's like 3.5, which is like way less. I know it's still high, but like 3.5 gigabytes out on idle is insane. And I have 32 gigabytes of DDR5 in there. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so let's see. And I love the amount of customization I can do. Like I've been installing all these different packages to customize my desktop environment and stuff like that. Yeah, thanks, Tyler. I appreciate it. Yeah, I wanted to for a while. I was itching to get out of Windows. So I made the jump. The only thing I have Windows on now is my work computer, and that can't be controlled, unfortunately. But that's okay. I only use it for work, and it's off all the time, other than work. So, all right. These routing methods specify a callback function. Blah blah blah. Okay. The routing methods can have more than one callback. We already went over that. Okay. So basic route. Route methods. A route method is derived from one of the HTTP methods and is attached. Got that. Get post. Special routing method. All. Sudo apt. Of course I did. Of course I did. Yo, how's it going, Jeremy? Welcome, welcome. I did. I've been playing around with the terminal. Basically exclusively using the apt package manager to install stuff. Yeah, it's really sick. I love how easy it is to just install shit and tweak things, and I've been playing around a little bit in Vim as well. I was writing some bash scripts just to do little things, just toying around in it. Because this week, actually yesterday, this is a fun story. So the reason I had time to do this is because yesterday, yo, how's it going, Jay? Yesterday, I worked my work laptop by complete accident. I spilled a little bit of water across the keyboard, and the thing fucking short-circuited. That's awesome. Yeah. But anyway, so my work laptop yesterday was kaput. So that was bad. Yeah. So basically what I had to do is I have work stuff on my phone. So I called my boss and I was like, hey, I need a new machine, like express shipped to me overnight. So they did that, thankfully. I got it this morning. But yesterday, all I could do was basically just babysit Outlook and Teams. And my boss said it was chill, like I could just do that. So I had basically all of yesterday to just like fuck off, basically, because I couldn't do work. And it was a complete accident. Like I drink water every morning. I have a glass of water with breakfast, and I just tripped because this friggin' apartment. There's still like boxes on the floor and stuff like that. Anyway, it's my fault, but no one. I'm not. I'm gonna ship it back, and they're gonna purge the hard drive and all that. But a lot of our stuff's on the cloud anyway. So my image is backed up on the cloud. So as soon as I logged into the new device, all my shit came back. So I was high key stressed for like 15 minutes. My boss told me it's chill. They'll just they overnight shipped me a new device. But anyway, yeah, so that was fun. So basically, oh yeah, he's chill. He's super chill. W boss moment, yeah. And the thing is too is like, especially with IT, like all of our stuff's on the cloud. Should it be on the cloud? I don't know, but it's on the cloud, so my image is there. So as soon as I log in to my new device, autopilot recognizes my user, and then it has all the things saved. So the whole desktop just populates with all my configurations and everything. So it was very smooth, and all my packages get installed and stuff like that, which actually I partially configured. So it's kind of neat. So I didn't lose any work, thank God. Maybe like some browser cookies or something. Not a big deal. But yeah, so it was good. Not good, but good. And the device I had was kind of getting old anyway, so maybe it was time for an update. But anyway, so yeah, long story short, I had time to screw around with Linux yesterday. Anyway, so that was kind of a blessing. Routing method app.all used to load middleware function. Used to load middleware function at a path for all HTTP. I see. Express routing and middleware. Yep, that's the plan for today. So I'm going through these docs, Jay, and then I'm just kind of skimming them a little bit, and then I'm going to we're gonna get to controllers after this. I'm gonna follow along and make a demo project with that. He's doing backend now. Yup. Yeah, no, Jay was here yesterday. Jay knows what's up. Okay, so route paths, we have string paths. Okay, so we have, I'll probably add that to this. And this is where it all comes together. Yes. I appreciate your excitement. Okay, so we have the regex. Okay, so we can include regular expressions too. Probably put that somewhere. Include regex and expression. A double forward. Route parameters are named URL segments that are used to capture the values. Okay, we already kind of did this. Route parameters here with the colon, and then it's stored in, say that here, populates. Object. I think that's good. Is the rain going? It should be. I also have a fan in the background too, which is in real life because it's hot as shit in my apartment. We still don't have AC, which is killing me, but what it is. Oh wait, the rain stopped. Hold on. Why? Wait a minute. There we go. Rain's back. The problem with okay, this is a weird Mac OS thing with streaming. So I don't know if you guys know this, maybe not. Probably don't stream, but essentially, you can't have more than one audio output in Streamlabs or any other. Yeah, okay, no worries. I didn't know it wasn't going actually. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, no. So I have to get this. There's this utility I downloaded for macOS that allows multi-output. So I have output to Streamlabs and my AirPods, but I only had output going to my AirPods. Just because I forgot to configure the multi-output before I started streaming. That's just my fault. Are you on upper floor? I walked by a dude's house today that was completely shuttered and he had AC on, but it was like out and breezy. Well, okay, so this is the problem with this is our unit is kind of like east facing, east southeast. So anyway, so the sun's beaming inside. Sounds complicated. Yeah, it is needlessly complicated. Welcome to Mac. I guess a little bit. It's not all Mac OS things, but this specific Mac OS thing is complicated. But yeah, I don't know. So the sun was beaming inside and it heated up our unit to like 27 degrees, 26 degrees. Obviously, once it's hot, it's harder to cool it down, right? It's down to 25 now, but still hot. Yeah, I'm on the 9th floor though, Tyler. We're in like a high rise. Well, not a high rise. I don't know how many stories it is, but we're like probably maybe 50 floors total. So we're like a little above half way up. But yeah, heat rises. Yep, I was in my student housing was 4 floors. It was like a dorm kind of building. It was a small dorm, and there were 4 levels. Actually 5 if you include the basement. But I was on the 4th floor, right at the top, and there was no elevator. So I had to climb 8 flights of stairs every day to come in and out. Right, there's 2 flights per level, and the fucking summers were so bad. Like. That was shitty. But it was the dorm was like built in the 40s or something. So obviously there was no built-in AC. Thankfully this place has AC, central heating, central air, but it's not even working. The cooler, I guess, in our apartment building is not still like under maintenance or something. I don't know. They sent out some bullshit notice like, oh, you can't use the AC. Sounds like a great environment to learn. Yeah, exactly. I mean, arguably not doing much learning tonight, more yapping, but it's okay. I have fun hanging out with you. Okay. All right, so we already did the route parameter stuff. That's fine. Route handlers. You can provide multiple callback functions. Oh, I see. Okay. So then that uses next route side of a callback to bypass the remaining route callbacks. And then allows for early exit to be implemented. Route callbacks. I see. And then next is what? Callback. Something like this. This next is I'm not 100% sure what this is. So, skips the next callback. What am I doing, Dr. Cool? I am learning Express and Node. Currently, working on routes, controllers, and views eventually. Oh. Jay, we did that at the exact same time. That's funny. But there you go. That's the plan for probably the next today's stream and tomorrow's stream. I think I'm going live tomorrow. I think in the afternoon. I'm gonna do an afternoon. Might be just a normal 5. Getting better with the delay. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I appreciate it. It might be a normal 2.5 hour stream only because I have some stuff to do this weekend. More shopping. Go figure. Array of callback functions can control routes. Oh, interesting. You can put in a you list callbacks here, and also define callbacks alone, and pass them as array to a route. That's good to know. I have a feeling that TG is BT420. Feeling might be onto something, anime. Or you might be onto something. Combination of independent functions and functions control route. Yep. Hot in 4K, yeah. Response methods, res.download, res.send, res.run. Cool. App.route. Create chainable route handlers for route path. Oh, interesting. .route. To chain together multiple. Probably do this. Together multiple route handlers. We get and then we have the express router, which we went through. Back when I was learning Express for the first time, handlebars JS was the recommended template method with Express. Interesting. I don't even know. Is there a template method that exists now? All right. All right. Then the app will now be able to handle requests to the birds and the bird call time log middle. All right, so I think this is good for the routes. Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. App.use birds. Yes, we have the .use. But if the parent route birds has path params, it will not be accessible. Accessible, you pass the merge params option to the router. Ah, I see. This is if the parent / root route has params attached to it, you will need to explicitly merge the param. Press const router equals press router merge params. Yo, Groovier, how's it going? I'm doing pretty well. I've moved city. So I'm in a different location. I appreciate you coming around. But I'm doing all right. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. I don't know backend. This is like my one-time ticket to Learn Express. No, it isn't. It's not your one-time ticket, anime. You can learn it anytime. And remember, the streams are staying up, right? So even if you don't want to learn right away and you want to come back to it in a month, they're going to be there. They're going to be there next year. They're going to be there, hopefully, not forever, but they'll be there for a long time. So, good reference. Congrats on moving to a new location. Thank you. Yeah, it was friggin' hell, honestly, and we're still dealing with stuff. But I think we're finally starting. Things are finally going to start slowing down. Like today was the first day that I actually felt like it was normal. In like, after I was saying on chat earlier, like I had my computer my work computer broke it by accident yesterday. So there's just been a deluge of shit that's happened. But anyway, so today was the first day that felt kind of, thank God. Anyway, all right, so let's take another break, and then after the break, I'm going to get started on controllers. Path patterns for your routes to match. How does the order your routes? What objects you've populated? And then track routes to router. Da, 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 da. That's good. I have all these things. I was just going through them. Okay, cool. So you're streaming from a different computer? No, it's the same computer, just different location. It was my work computer, yeah. It was my work machine. So I have 3 computers. 3. Well, actually 4, technically. But one that I haven't played with. I have my MacBook that I stream from. I have a gaming tower, or just like a tower that I recently just put Ubuntu on to switch to Linux. So I'm off of Windows now. Happy to report. I was talking about that earlier in the stream. And then I have a ThinkPad that I stole from work that I haven't touched, and then my work computer, which is Windows. So I have each of my computers as a different operating system. I use Windows at work, Mac for productivity and coding, and then Linux for just like daily use or gaming / whatever. You completed the React course? Yes, I did. I did, Gurveer. I completed it. They gave it to me? Well, okay. So basically, a few months ago, not even a few months ago, a month and a bit ago, I was in the office and we were doing a tech purge. We had a bunch of stale laptops that were just chilling. Like T480s and T490s, right? From like the late 2010s, like 2018, 2019. And I basically said, hey, can I rip the hard drive out of this or the SSD and take it home? And my boss was like, yeah, sure. Thanks, Jay. I work in IT. Anthan. But yeah, anyway, yeah. So I just got to take it home and I put a spare SSD that I had inside of it, 256 gigabyte SSD, and I haven't touched it. It's got no operating system on it. I can load one. I just haven't had the time to sit and play with it. I want to use Linux, but for some reasons I don't know why my PC doesn't let me use it. You have to be the thing with Linux, and this is actually is unless you use a really easy. That's why I started with Ubuntu, because I'm on Ubuntu because I wanted something that was really easy to install that wouldn't give me much hassle, so I could kind of have a play like sandbox to play in, right? And I'm open to switching at some point. But I'm right now for the foreseeable future I'm going to be running Ubuntu on Tower. However, if you go with a easy to install distribution like that, you shouldn't have any issues. But there can still be weird things. Like I had one of the NVIDIA drivers, even with Ubuntu, one of the drivers, the NVIDIA drivers wasn't working with my graphics card, my NVIDIA graphics card, and I had to dig around and boot in compatibility mode to install the right driver. Yeah, but you also have to do that. You have to disable secure boot. Oh, nice, Jay. That's awesome. Please don't spam, Mantha. You can use both. Fair enough, Tyler. You can use both, but I'd say MacBook is better for coding. My opinion. Depends what you want to make though. If you work in Microsoft environment, then Windows is better. Like if you work with .NET libraries, then Windows is better. Like C# and stuff like this. But anyway. But no, I am happy with my MacBook for most purposes. Why is he spamming? Well, I'm gonna give him. I'll give him. If he keeps spamming, I'll mute him, or Jay can mute him. You can afford a Mac and you like the Mac environment, ecosystem, go for it. Yeah, exactly, Tyler. Don't know how to use .NET. Don't worry. I don't really know either. I kind of know a little bit, but not that much. I mostly work in Azure, which is a little different. More systems administration rather than coding. Sorry for spamming. No worries. Just, if you ask, Jay's a mod. Yeah, Jay's a mod. If you ask once, we'll get to your question, Manthan. Don't worry. Yeah, I will get to your questions. You don't have to spam for me to see it. I will see every message that's sent in chat. Jay is the mod. Actually, technically, Razorblade's a mod too, but because of the time zone, he can't show up to most streams, but that's okay. I mainly use React and React Native, but getting React Native to work with Windows is a mess, yeah. That's fair, Groovier. I honestly don't. I've never coded in React, not on a MacBook. So I don't know. You need a Mac, otherwise you might have to use AIS to get the build. Yeah. Carol, yeah. Yeah, she's a mod too, but she's at work right now, so she can't watch the stream. But yes. Probably not the best person to ask, Manthan, Claude Code or Codex. I don't use either. But from what I've heard, maybe Claude Code is better. I that might be a bad take though. I don't know. I'm not an AI guy, but I've heard Claude Code is pretty good. There's a she, yeah. There is a she. I will not elaborate further. Okay, let's set up so just for building an app that I was building, I had to move to Linux in order to complete it. Yeah, fair enough, Gerber. All right, so let's get started on a follow along project here. So I'm in my home directory. The projects. What is it? The Odin Projects. CD node. Victor. What do I want to call this? Controllers. Express controllers. And Git init. Then I can open. Init. Sorry, I'm a little behind on chat. Hold on. Full channel for AI there. Claude's pathological liar. Fair enough. It's not that your PC should have a good processor and ample amounts of RAM. Still, Mac is superior if you're going to do coding route provided not using MS.NET Stack. Yeah, exactly, Gerver. I agree. 100%. You've been loving Codex lately, combined with feature branches and a few other tools. Fair enough. I haven't tried either. Interesting. I thought OpenAI was shit, but maybe they've gotten better. Yeah, Dana's question, does the Odin Project have some kind of exam or test that you write after completing a course? No, just it's all projects, anime. You're forced to develop on a lower end machine, that means you're forced to optimize it, which makes you a better dev. Yeah, if you're on a lower end machine, you should always be using Linux or something, in my opinion. Okay, so what was the other thing? Oh yeah, I have my notes for okay. Let me transfer this over to my other screen. I have the notes for setting up this Express projects. Okay, So then npm install Express types node types Express and npm I ESX and TypeScript. That's fine. That should be fine. And then run project and source. Okay. And this. Yeah, valid. You're also casually saying, but it's hard to put the intent into words. English is not your first language. Well, that's totally cool. You're, yeah, no, we're totally accepting. Oh shit, I have to do. Do you want to be a co-founder of my vertical AI agent startup? No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I have time for that, my friend. But that sounds really cool. Not to say that it's not, worth that it won't be a good thing. I just, busy guy. Okay. So let's follow along here. Course, and then we'll do app.ts. We'll set up our basic Express here. Let me go to the docs again. I just want something basic. I have to do module. Main index dot. Let's just do this basic. Problem here. Oh, the TypeScript isn't running. That's the problem. No, that doesn't seem. There we go. That's better. You kind of did the MVC approach when you did the resume project. Yeah, I did. Does the Odin project cover Flask and Django? No, it doesn't do Python anime. It doesn't do Python frameworks, unfortunately. App.listen? Yeah. Sorry, I was getting there. We'll do a port 8080 here. And then I think there was the dot. Oh yeah, I need the host name. There's the way of doing the callback, right? The error. Callback. I don't know. I might be wrong doing that. Actually, I'll just do I don't know if this is the right thing. Okay, and then what was the I'm kind of going off of memory here a little bit. Then Then we have to run it, obviously. And then, so, okay. The TSX should have the compiler built into what I remember. Instruction to express, and then we do an npx TSX watch source / app. Okay. Then this should now work. Nice. Okay, good. All right, so we got our basic Express app set up. So now I can actually follow the. Went to an interview today. Although I had mentioned that I'm an international student in the application, but asked my status. Oh damn, that's brutal, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Which university did I study at? I won't say, Manthan, but it was a university in Canada. Studied computer science at a university, Canadian university. Wasn't any of the main ones. I guess like big, wasn't the big names. I guess it's like a medium-sized name. Anyway, okay. So, all right, so we got our app going. So let's see. All right, so the controller's job really is to act as the ultimate middleman. Okay, so then let's get our notes up as well into here, and then we'll do our little magic with. There it is. Okay, then I just want here. Whoa. This aerospace thing is like still kind of a little bit of a pain in my. I want this the other way. Then I want this here, this here. There. Figured it out. We'll do express controllers. Okay. Very white page. Boom, flashbang. Yes, it is a very white page. Need to leave now. Have a good week. Appreciate you. Revere, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you hanging out. Best of luck with job hunting. All right, so let's do this. The controls job. Okay. So controllers acts as the middleman. Asks the right questions to the model and sends back to or browser the logic lifting on model. The controller just and acts as the view and I think that's probably right. Or morning. I think Gervier's out west, so I don't want to. I don't know where exactly, but so like afternoon. I think. But I'm not 100% on that. I don't. Not 100%. I might be wrong. Okay. Smart enough to know what to do, but it delegates all the hard work. See? This is basically what a boss is. It's smart enough to know what to do, but it delegates all the hard work. Okay. Is this backend? Yes, it is. I can smell a class coming with that description. Yes, probably. What exactly am I building? I'm going through this controllers lesson, and I'm going to be kind of following along with this lesson. That's why I set up this basic Express project, just to follow along. But it's good to know that I know how to do this now. I should probably have I should probably make like a template or something for this, so I don't have to go through all the boilerplate every single time. But anyway, ultimately the controller is the brains of the operation, ensuring part. Implement error handling middleware to catch and process errors gracefully. Okay, so handling responses. When sending responses, we have several methods. So we have okay, so let's do what do we say here? Sending response method. Res.send. Flexible with what data we send, general purpose, flexible data as the content set automatically based on the data that's passed. That's kind of convenient. Res.json sends JSON data. Type application slash. Snippety is a tool I use on my Mac that's pretty good. I have a few latex that I use constantly. You can also do native. One of my future goals: to learn web development and to build cool things, and to hopefully get a career in this field at some point. But I'm in no rush. I work in IT. I have a day job that pays the bills, so I'm not in any rush to jump ship, especially given the tumultuous nature of the job market worldwide, especially in tech right now. So I'm kind of just going to sit, let the AI people fight to the death, kind of just wait on the sidelines and see what comes out of that, and make my decision based on what all these AI heads are gonna be of in the next year or two. I think the next year or two are going to be very telling as to where that's going. You can get a junior dev role or entry level role, yeah. But here's the thing: I probably make the same, and it's like I would, but I'd probably make the same amount as a junior dev. So I don't really see a need to go into that right away, especially considering the fact that I already have a year of experience in my job, and I feel fairly competent in it. And I'm perfectly happy doing this on the side, at least. Going to bed right now. No worries, anime. Have a good night, my friend. But yeah, I would say I make similar, maybe a little bit less, but I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Depends on which junior dev. Res.redirect. Is it possible that my job could get replaced by AI? Very unlikely. At least within the next 10 years, I would say very unlikely. I could be wrong, but I would say unlikely, based on how I've seen AI transpire over the last 3 years. Okay, so redirect client to difference. Redirects client to difference. Well, then res.render. View templates. Send resulting HTML as response. And then there was res.stack, which we had much fun with yesterday. Sets response, but does not end the response or the request response cycle alone. What sources do I learn from? Yeah, Odin Project primarily. That's where I'm learning from right now, Saf. But there are others out there. Freak CodeCamp. And res.send automatically sets the content type based on the data pass. Why would we still use it? Forces JSON will automatically convert non-object values. Okay. So benefit that it automatically converts non-objects values to For convenience. Okay, so let's put this in our app here. But I don't know what file that would be in. What are the file structure of this? Press app errors, controllers, routes, app.js, d. So I'm just trying to structure this. I have a new file route, or not file, sorry. Folder of routes. But I don't know if this is a route specific. Is Harvard CS50 course useful? Yeah. I've never done it before personally, but so let's do this. App dot use and the function execution for this. This will throw an error that we cannot sending the client. Okay, so we won't actually put this. All right, so middleware. Middleware. Middleware function typically takes arguments. 3 arguments. Request. Request object, and then the response object, and then the next, which is the function that passes control next middleware function is optional. Tasks performed by the middleware function. Common task. Are you getting distracted coding while reading our comments? I'm pretty good at it. I kind of pride myself in my ability to do both. Because I want to be entertaining and also work at the same time. Well, not entertaining necessarily, but I want to be engaging, I should say. Engaging is a better term. I want to engage with you guys because I think it's important to have these conversations about tech and blah, 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 whatever. Just general chat, but also, get stuff done at the same time. So that's kind of my style I've adopted and developed over these last 89 days. Okay, so let's see. Modifying the request to response objects, modifying rec or res objects. Some packages, for example, will do this, like adding a new property to the request object or res.locals. Executing additional code, validation of requests, authentication of like this, calling middleware function. And then ending application level middleware. Okay. What is my age? Don't specify a path, express defaults. Okay. Where's the stuff that we actually have to do? Let's do a middleware function. So is this a router? I wonder. How do we have the router set up? Oh, I have that in my notes. Let's get a router going. Let's just do like, whoops. What? Router dot yes or something. And then we'll just make dummy router. Const or import router from Express. Const main router. Then we will attach. I guess this is routes. And we can attach. I guess, do we have a different folder for middleware specific? Oh, we're doing it by this way. I see. Maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. I actually think I am. Stick with this. I'll do some more notes. And we'll get to building this project out. You can do app.use too. Yo, how's it going, Casey? You make some optimizations to my mic like noise suppress? Well, so I this is kind of a funny story. Not really funny. I have a fan behind me to cool myself off, and I increased the threshold that is required for the mic to turn on. What's it called? The open threshold or whatever it is. So yeah, I changed that a little bit just so that you wouldn't hear the fan going constantly when I'm not talking. So I also, it's kind of funny because if it's distracting though, I can. But basically, this is interesting. So I had, and I'm lazy setting this up. I should probably, but I had a Fifine whatever mic, which I still do have, but I'm not using it currently because I find honestly the difference between that and just the built-in MacBook mic is like hardly noticeable. So I'm just using the built-in MacBook mic for now. That's not going to be permanent. I just didn't really want to set up my mic after moving because I was lazy. And it kind of also, and I don't know how streamers do this, I find like the mic gets in the way and I bump it all the time. Like I don't know. So I've just been kind of working off the built-in mic and it doesn't seem to be too bad. Like, I mean, it's not like studio quality or anything, but you guys can fully understand what I'm saying. It's not like, I don't know. We'll see what I decide to do. But right now I'm just going to do this. And also, there's no one else in the apartment right now, so it's kind of quiet. I'm going to eventually get soundproof pads for this little area that I'm in. I like a mic that stays far away, to be honest. I hate when it gets in my way. Highly recommend the low profile arm. I'll definitely look into that, Jay, because I think the mic is fine. The other thing I want to do is I don't think the USB audio quality, like output to USB, is the best. I want to use audio interface and to hopefully increase the quality as kind of like a preamp, like preprocessor. I'm not a huge audiophile person, but I think it would improve it a little bit because it does have an XDR port. So I'll play with that at some point. But for right now, I'm just gonna chill. I think while I still get adjusted to everything else going on in my life, because of all of things on my priority list, fixing the mic is like pretty low. You have the Focusrite 2i2. It's pretty good, but get the latest version. Okay, got you. Yeah, I also need to like let my credit card chill a little bit. So because you know, I'm gonna go. This move is like bankrupt me between like not the down deposit and the freaking all the furniture that we've had to buy and all the food and all the shit. Like I don't know, it's just been a lot of money. It's very expensive to move, as it turns out. As long as people can hear me and it's not absolutely horrible quality, I'm fine. Yeah, that's fair. That's kind of my thinking. Like, oh, perfect, Jay. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's not on my priority list right now. I will admit, but I'll get to a point probably where I'll start doing that, especially if the channel grows more. I don't know, cause like the channel growth's kind of like slowed down a little bit. Not to say that you know that I need to get a mic only if I grow more or something. But I don't know. I'm just kind of chilling right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of just hanging out. You know, if for whatever reason I blow up and 10x my subscribers or something, then I'll do the mic like immediately. But you know, I'll do it. I'll do it when I have time. Probably in the summer, like in July, August, because yeah. June's going to be pretty busy, and I think things will start to slow down a little bit by August. Yo, how's it going, Meme Storm? Current mic sounds fine, TBH, yeah. The other thing, too, is my desk here, I had to get a new desk because this office space, like there's a wall, you guys can't see this, but I can almost, my arm span can almost touch both walls in this little, like, enclave. So I mean, it's kind of I had to get a smaller desk, so I couldn't fit the mic. I would need to get one of those arms, a better arm, I guess. Because my desk is smaller than my old one. Anyway, I don't know. And if it sounds fine, you guys aren't complaining, I'm just gonna chill with it for the while. The one thing that is more on the priority list is getting the dual stream working. I'm gonna get Twitch and YouTube dual streams soon, maybe in the next couple weeks. I just need some time to play with it and make sure that the my internet can handle it, which I think it can. I just need to. Why isn't he telling us he's actually 50 feet tall? No, I'm not. That would be a lie. But anyway, yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like I just need some time to sit with it because I feel like the way I did it last time was a little bit rushed, and I want to do it right, and I want to have I want to see if I can get some sort of like client that combines the Twitch and the YouTube chat so that I can have the overlay for Twitch and YouTube in the same like box on the stream. I want to figure out all that stuff. So Kate kept the world record height. No, guys, if you want to know my height, I'm 182 centimeters or 5'11" points. But like that's my height. So in case you were curious, I don't mind giving that information away. I don't have anything to hide. We were joking. I know you were joking. Okay, so bound the middleware is bound as with any middleware functions, they will not run the request response cycle ends before reaching them to middleware functions on top of our application. So like body parsers correctly parse incoming request body, check body, serving static file, HTML. Like the .use express.static click. Then, okay, that's fine. The middleware function serves the static files, HTML, CSS, JS. pass an argument to specify which directory to serve the static files. Okay, and then served from the public router. Router level middleware works similarly to application level middleware, but it's bound to an instance of express router. Yeah, so okay, so it's bound to router. So this is like the app. As .use Right, so cool. In this example, the middleware function logs a message property of the request object, calls the next function to pass control to the next middleware function. Also register the middleware function through the use of app.use, makes this application level middleware, which we're doing here. Middleware functions following my middleware in this chain, rec.custom property. So was this just arbitrarily defined? I guess. See, this to me looks messy though. I don't like this. I don't like this. Because you just like arbitrarily modify the schema of the request object. It just defines something, right? I don't like that. It feels messy. I don't know how TypeScript handles this either. If anyone can enlighten me, let me know. But this feels like a mess, or like bad things waiting to happen. One thing to note is that express executes middleware functions in the order we define. Okay. So express executes middleware in order that here or register app. Need a publishable key handy. Okay, bet. I don't know. Is that for something? What's that related to? Is that for like just a project or like? Oh, sorry. For this, I see. For the custom property. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, but then how do you like? How does the TypeScript handle the schema? Like, I don't know how TypeScript can like be flexible like that. I don't know. I could see adding properties to like another object property, like rec dot custom properties dot then whatever property you access the headers object. Yeah, I don't know. Again, this is like I'm brand new to seeing these things, right? So it's kind of interesting. Where was I here? The sequence in which we define our middleware functions matters is a determined order in which they will be invoked. So it's term order they are invoked. The request cycle. Example: some packages have middleware functions that change the request object, and as a result, these middleware functions should be off. There are special middleware controllers are just functions. Controllers are functions. but our design approach. Middleware, on the other hand, is the core feature of the Express that allows you to run code modifier. The cycle. So we're using middleware and Express to implement things. Yeah. As middleware is to implement the controller. I'm actually going to put this below. Controller comes into play whenever a request hits the server route. Yeah, we already know this. The route determines the controller should handle the request based on the defined middleware chain. We know this already. The appropriate controller then takes over. Yep, we know this. This can involve retrieving data, processing data, blah, blah, blah. That will be in a later lesson. Or for instance, you have a user and want to authenticate. Rec.id sent clients. Sessions often handle most of this for you. Okay. So session, I'm still not sure. Like, so I know what a session is, but is that like, is the session data like handled by the framework or something that you don't have to like really worry about doing all that shit, man? Getting that information, probably consolidated manually or automatically. Once the controller completes its task, it passes the data to the view. The view then format. Good. Okay, whatever. Naming conventions for these controllers are usually based on the route. Unless there's no fixed rule, since Express is not always be based. Oh, of course. Okay, so you should already have your application set up for this lesson. Shut up. I did. That's fine. We can set it up quickly. Go back to doing. Put this in here. What was it author router? Router. Okay, and then we can get an author ID. Of course, we could define these as different, as like external functions. I think that works, right? And then so here's our app. Okay. Okay, so we'll import that. The const author router, or I should say import. I'll do. Okay, and then we'll do app.use. Think error, if error, throw error. Also log. Okay, so that should be fine. Oh, depending on the framework, yes, I've been using BetterAuth for authentication. Clerk sponsor. A lot of people. That's all new to me. Sorry, I must. You might have chatted that earlier, but I might have. Okay. So we got that now set up. we're gonna make a database. Oh, database controllers. We just call it DB. Put it in the main. Then I have to make a schema for this. So I'll say interface author equals we'll say ID number name string. Creating the syntax. I think it's just this. Yeah. And then we'll do it as a list of author. And then so we'll do ID one name Brian. Okay. Two Christian, and know the difference between needing the port versus not. Yeah. So I think the difference is, and correct me if I'm wrong, the difference is if you use this as the import, it's because you may be exporting multiple different, whether it's variables, objects, etc., from a module, right? You can choose which ones to import, but I could do, I think from this I could do export default author router. Then I think I don't think I would need these, right? Right? That's I do know the difference. That is correct. See, okay, see, I'm on it. But that logic is similar. That logic is similar for React, right? Like there's the same. I've been working with, and that's the thing is like having worked in front end, like this JavaScript, TypeScript syntax, like I'm already used to using it, right? Which is a huge help for learning this stuff. Now let's do get author ID. Turn authors dot find I think about that for clarity. If a module does one thing, then I use default. If a module has multiple parts abstracted, then I use export or export. That's actually fair. Yeah, that's actually valid. That's a valid use. And honestly, I should probably be more consistent myself. That's valid, Jay. You make a good point. Okay, so then for the controller, create the following author controller JS within the controllers folder. Okay. So what we'll do is controllers folder. What do we call it? Author controller. Or we'll do import DB. Or wait, not DB. Oh, it's DB. Oh, because you're not exporting. We need to export the whole DB. So I need to put this in its side of an object. Because we're only exporting, this is kind of dumb. We're only exporting get author by ID from this. So we can just do, we'll just modify this. We'll do import get author by ID. And then we'll just say const. Oh, but that's going to be a problem now, isn't it? Why is this named the same thing? I'll just call it get author. Okay. Async. Oh, but I don't know what these are. Would it be a request handler? No. Or would it just be request? Is this the right type? I don't know. I don't know if this is the right type. You don't need to import DB, just yeah, I got that. Yeah. Why is this named the same thing as this? That's dumb implementation. Okay. Const author ID is rec.params. So rec.params is an object. This might not be the right type because of the requests. I don't know which it would be. Added challenge, yeah. I don't know what type request would be here. Module request? No. Request param handler. It doesn't like this. When I do request here, it doesn't say that params is a thing that express request object type. Maybe they're. This is where I was getting confused. This con. I feel like I'm going down the rabbit. External modules are now referred to as namespace. Oh, those were correct but need to be imported? It'd be. Okay. Got you. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. Okay. We're good now. I was about to go down a very dangerous rabbit hole, so you saved me. Okay. All right. So then author. Let's use import type request response for brevity. I got you. That's fair. It's probably better. Okay, cool. If author, we want to like throw an error, right? res.status 44.send author. Actually, I should probably say the author, right? Author with ID, author ID, not found, or something like this, right? And return. Otherwise, res does. author name, author.name, and then export defaults. Author. Cool. Yo, how's it going, RoboSword? Welcome, welcome. Okay. So that's good, and then we have author router. So this example, the get author by ID function, controller that handles action related. Okay. So we can use this middleware function inside of the router. Good thing. Instead of this bullshit, we'll just this guy. We'll import get author, and then just get author here. Made fruit projects in a GitHub. Nice. What are you doing? You guys beat each other to it. Yeah. So I'm learning Express, Node.js. Yep. That's awesome though that you have a GitHub. That's really good. That's awesome. We're on the controller portion. Yes. Break down what's happening in the control. Route path contains a route parameter, author's author ID. Because we define the route, this is the parent route, and then that route is relative to this. And then, okay, so we could probably you could probably get rid of this. We don't need that. Handling errors. With building robust applications, we'll handle errors. Okay, so then we'll do try catch inside of our control, right? This is wrapped in a try. This is because it must be of any type because we don't know what type the error. Okay. What is the meaning of life for me? That's a very deep question. I don't think I can answer that. Well, actually, I can give it a shot. It's break now. Do error unknown. Is that common practice, Jay, to do that? But I would say the meaning of my life is to help and inspire people. Make cool things. Some sort of hacky. I'll just leave it then. What is the meaning of life for me is low-key crazy? Yeah. That would be my canned answer. It's kind of just gotta go see ya. Sounds good, RoboSword. We'll do our one more session here. Check. Wow. I got another follower on Twitch, guys. I'm not even streaming in 3 months. Error handling sometimes can be robust. Can be as robust as the project itself, especially when using a lot of packages with That's valid. Because you have error handling, and then you also have testing, right? That's its whole own beast. I don't know if you do people actually what's the degree to which I think in industry they do it more. If you're making your own hobby projects, much testing, probably not, right? Formal testing, I mean, with libraries and stuff like that. I don't know. Because I find it pretty comfortable. It is useful. I see its utility. It's just dude, you're listen, you know what? I respect the questions, Manthan, because I was a philosophy student. I have a philosophy minor. So I respect the questions. seen a lot of Reddit stories with big companies. Yeah, especially in the age of AI. I agree. And the other thing too is AI generated test sets are probably garbage. I don't think I'd change anything about people. I think about that is a non-starter. I think because people are the way they are. I don't know. Maybe that's like a dumb answer, but I just feel like obviously you could say something naive like, oh, I wish people weren't evil or murder people. I don't know. It's quite a few. That's fair enough, Jay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know. People are people. I think like for me, I just make peace with the fact that people suck a lot of the time, and just have to do what you can. I know that's kind of against. It's kind of like changing the premise of your question a little bit, but I think for me, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. I don't. I find it a waste to kind of. Now, this isn't a knock on you all for asking, but I don't know. I think it's not worth it to consider. But that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm cynical. Maybe I'm too cynical. maybe I've like people will be the way they are. 2 days on Osu, Laser got banned. But how'd you get banned? That's valid, Jay. That's valid. I don't know. I guess it's just for me too. I don't want to like. I never like to impose the way I do things onto other people. I set an example, but I don't necessarily want to say like, you shall do, you shall love learning like I love learning. Oh, if you don't like to learn, you like to just sit and watch TV or brain rot every day. By all means, do that. Not my problem. Not my circus. Not my monkeys. No. You have a new PC, and I decided I'll come back to Osu as a player. You're just used to see players. Oh, I see. So you're too skilled. Interesting. Wow. So they thought you were cheating. That's shitty. How do you prove that you're legit then? That sucks. All right. Let's do one more 25-minute session. You make a support ticket and they can review. Oh, I got you. Cool. You could also like I think you could I mean it's kind of extreme, but you could probably like stream yourself with like a hand cam or something to prove that it's actually you doing it. Do you think of people who eat animals? Do you think of people who eat animals just for taste? I mean, I eat animals. I'm not a vegetarian. Oh, by the way, I hit with the delay on each click wall, so I get unbanned. Plus, I clip my last. Got you. Okay, so we'll console.error this, I guess. I still don't really know what the difference between is like what's the going on with this here? It doesn't like this here. Oh, because it's error. It's not error. It's this. Still don't know the difference between console log and console error. Maybe just semantics. I don't. What's Osu? It's a game, Tyler. It's like a rhythm game. It's a skill based rhythm game. So I eat animals is very much I like turtles coded. In sure. I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, I agree with the I like turtles kid. I think he said what came to his mind. That was the end of it. People liked his delivery, little speech. Um, Or we can call next error instead of sending. What if we have many async middleware functions, a lot of them respond to the same with? Okay, so I see. So you can use a custom error handler. Okay. So error handler middleware. Handles all errors in application from other middleware functions. Following code in app.js at the end of all middleware functions. However, take note that this is a middleware function that requires 4 parameters. Dude, what is with the winky face here? I don't like that. I don't like the way this is. I don't know. A little inappropriate. Maybe the person writing this was just flirtatious or something. Okay, so taking note that the middleware function that requires 4 parameters. If, for example, we exclude one of these parameters, it will not be recognized as an error. Okay, so requires 4 parameters. Error, request, response, all 4, or else it won't work. By express. There's an odd one where the error object must be the first parameter in the callback. The middleware function handles the errors thrown. So the way express distinguishes this middleware function is again adding 4 missing. Always to be considered a request middleware function. Creating custom error. Solutions above the error middleware function respond to a 500 status code. If you actually want to send a 404, a common way to do this is to create our own. Okay, interesting. So we can do this. Say custom not found folder, sorry. W. Camel case. What type is message? A string? I guess so. Probably need add the status code. I don't know why we had this issue before. Error type does not have a status code attached to it. How's the server business going? Innovation? It's going well. Going well. We're learning. I'm learning middleware and controllers right now. Just kind of following this example, this monolithic lesson. This was the problem we had before, where status code wasn't defined. I mean, I could just like I'm not. Something like this, right? I include this? I don't know how I append error type here. Oh. Or if I need to then define, so I could do an interface custom not found error type is Ben's, or is it an interface or a type? I guess it's error and, is it one and or two and? In the constructor? Oh, right, okay. Brings you a very weak type. Probably better to provide the status code at the call site. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, no, I'm just literally going off of this code here. So I wonder then if the message should have its own type. I don't know. Oh. Wait, is that as the type of this constructor? Like, I'm confused where that's being defined. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Yeah, for like, you'd have a custom message type. I'm just doing this for an example. But like, if I was making an actual app, yeah, I'd probably have something more robust. I agree with you. You don't define a type here. So the constructor body, if status code, this stuff code is for. Oh, I see. Oh, and then pass it in, I see. Oh my god. We'll pass it in. Yeah, well, that didn't really help anything because we do this or whatever. Make it optional. But then the problem is this isn't recognized because the error doesn't have the right type. So I guess that's what I was trying to do up here with the type. Like something like this. Number. Something like this, right? Then this would need to be an interface, I think. Okay. Right? Above the constructor in the class, initialize status code. Oh, yeah. I'm dumb. I'm forgetting OOP. You're right. Status code. Oh, I'm forgetting OOP, guys. That's brutal. Okay. Yeah. I think I was just hung up on the fact of the typing here, that it was extending error. I think I just was blinded to that. Thanks. I appreciate the tip. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Okay, good. Now we can do this try catch thing. I don't think do. Just do throw new custom not found error after found and 404. Move the 404 and add status code. Right. Yes, of course. I got it. For my web services, I don't bother with error response constructor. I just construct the response where I need it and then return. Oh, I see. Lamau Freddy. Yeah, I have made it this far in 89 days. I will say I did get a bit of a head start with having a CS degree, but the CS degree didn't teach me any web dev. But you know, it definitely helped. That's for sure. That's good to know, though. Innovation. I feel like those kinds of patterns that you're just like that kind of thing just comes with time, right? Like I'm kind of just bro's been hustling. I've been trying my best. I've been trying my best to show up every day for you guys and give it my all. Um, so yeah, I'll be live again tomorrow, 1 p.m. afternoon. I think. I was thinking of doing a morning stream, but I think I'm going to do because it just works schedule wise. If you want to be slick, this status code, this. Oh, I see. You want to do that. Then what is okay? So then, what does this guy do again? The double this sets it to this if this is defined, and then if it's not, it just sets it to itself, right? That's what that does, right? So if status code's defined, then it sets it to status code, the parameter. Otherwise, it just keeps it whatever it was before. Yeah, I got you. That's what I remember it being. Okay. I'm in no way an expert by any means, but a response is so simple. I kind of just build it wherever I need it. Maybe a helper function, because for the internal stuff, I have an entirely different structure, anyways. Again, I think it's true. That's fair innovation, and I hear you. However, these again, even if you're not an expert, the fact that you've built these projects, right? You've gone through the work and built these projects. You learn stuff through building these projects. I'm still at kind of like the learning part. I'm gonna build a project soon, probably in the next stream or that. We're gonna build our first Node Express project. But again, these are like patterns that you learn from doing that specifically. I think anyway. Yeah. So that's kind of like I'm not in a place to kind of, I guess, have an opinion. I hear what you're saying, and I think it's a good idea. I don't really have like a opinion this way or that on that. I've scraped so many projects. Oh, you scrap. Sorry, I read that wrong. I've scrapped so many projects, but learn more and more each time. Yeah, exactly. I think the thing is, I ideally don't want to scrap any projects, but I probably will end up scrapping projects in my journey. But I think for at least the first projects that I build, um, for this channel, after I'm done learning, I'm going to keep the scope very, very small. Very small. For the first like half dozen projects that I do, are going to be very small scope. So I actually finish stuff. Because my goal is to actually finish. Since Express will auto catch any thrown errors in the async middleware function, we don't need an error side of the function, but it's throw an error. Express calls next, passing the argument. We'll eventually end up in the error. I can put this thing inside of app.tx. Like here, maybe. What type next is supposed to be. It just has don't do this. Implicitly as any type. Now specify the error status code that. Dive into MVP. I got overwhelmed so quickly. Minimum viable product. Yeah. Um. Okay. So next, called inside of middleware function to pass control to the next middleware function. Can you also like, I guess. Take, okay, so no argument. Care about that. I need someone on my shoulder that constantly tells me to calm down. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, it's a tricky. I think that's true though with any creative project though, creative endeavor, right? You know, you can get kind of carried away and lose grasp or lose your grip on it a little bit, right? Okay, so error pass control directly to the error middleware, passes directly to error middleware function. Then route pass control to the next with it exists. Tips side router passes back to interesting. Okay, so I still don't know how to fix this. HTTP errors are a great use case for enums. Yeah, totally, absolutely. Because you can kind of just match a status code to a semantic like sort of name. Not sure how useful they are in TypeScript. Well, I mean, the other thing you can do with TypeScript is you can just define like a type. Just define a custom type, right? That's the other thing you can do. I don't know why, what, or if we even need to include this. I just like delete. Probably don't even need. Do I? The error thing. Also the error. Fun fact: enums don't technically exist. Compiles down to JSON. Interesting. But I mean, semantically they exist. They just don't exist like actually. I'm not gonna worry about this. I think. Really no. Enums are kind of fake in most languages that aren't Rust. So if I do slash author /1, it does give us our author name. But if I do an author that doesn't exist, like for internal server error, there's our error. That actually did work, interestingly enough. But we can go back to 3 and 2. And if we just go to the default route, then edit. There. Good. This is console.erroring the error. I think that this actually runs fine, interestingly. The annoying part is it duplicates the data, so iterating over them is a nightmare. Ah, yeah, okay. As an exercise, feel free to create more sample data in your DB.js and for the crawlers and ever. I don't know. I think I get it. I think I get the point of this. I understand what it's doing. Follow controllers lesson in TOP. Oh wait, I don't want to publish. Publish. It's just local. You got unbanned? Nice. That was fast. Imagine JSTS has a lot of hidden allocations. Probably, yeah. Like under the hood, it's probably a fucking mess under the hood. I can't imagine being like someone who works on that shit. You got their author name here, so this is good. So this is actually working, which is nice. Which is not a surprise necessarily. The article Express Middleware Demystified, written by Viral Shah, will help understand how it works. I'll probably end up doing this off stream for the most part. Unless, like, I mean, probably just finish it quickly here. You're just typing that? Ban was literally just because of a sus play I got, and it had to be automatically according to the alert on my profile. As a const type resolved. I see, okay. As const type typically resolve most of the issues, that use case is relatively new. Oh, I see, okay. Yeah. I don't know. It's again, and I was kind of saying this yesterday, I think, when I was live last time. It's kind of like it's just like a shit sandwich that you just keep stacking shit on top of shit on top of shit, and then it's like heap of like garbage, right? That's basically just web development. That's kind of what I've learned about web development. It's like, and we're trying to make these systems work, but it just as time goes on, it just feels less and less sustainable. It feels like, that's why you're getting a lot of people getting excited about things like Rust and Go or whatever. Maybe I don't know if Go's, but it's kind of like rewriting the wheel a little bit, or inventing the wheel, not rewriting. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of ditching all this big bullshittery that is like the JavaScript ecosystem, right? Kind of coming together new with something that's nice and clean. I don't know. That take might be wrong. I don't know, but that's kind of like the way I see it as like a beginner. All right, so I'll probably end up doing not really much here. Let's just like go through this really quickly. I'll probably end stream. Rust is far from straightforward, but I get your point. That's what I mean. Like I mean, Rust is. It's not even that it's straightforward innovation. It's more that it's just like it's a new thing, right? It doesn't have years and years and years of history stacked on top of history. Right? Newer, relatively, I should. Rust, I think, is still. Instead of making it better from the source, the devs apply band-aids, but band-aids only work for certain. Yeah, exactly. And then you get to a certain point where a band-aid rips, and then you have to put another band-aid on top of that band-aid, etc. Right? Ad infinitum. And you get this stack of band-aids, and it's like, okay, well, this is right, causing performance issues and blah blah blah. So, all right, let's just skim this. I'm just gonna skim this and anything on here, and then I'm gonna. In the last few years, Express has been under scope. Okay, for performance, or is this usage? Oh, that's usage. Okay. However, the moment you start making a real production app, things get messy. You have to add a bunch of best practice middleware, some routers, the actual API routes, all good stuff. Still looks like this. Method. So the evolution of JavaScript is quite fascinating. The whole language is created in 10 days and then patched up slowly over time by the community. Yeah, I mean, it is cool. You said JSON before, but you meant object? Where? Oh, it compiles down to an object. I see. Okay, yeah. For enums. So the enum is just an object. That makes more sense. Although the JSON would have made sense too. Yeah. I had to scroll up a little bit in the chat. I found it. .use. .use is for routers, middlewares, and with or without path, both app .use. This is a completely new question. Isn't an object a hash table with object? Yeah, I would assume so. JSON literally stands for JS object notation, right? That's what I was thinking, because JSON just encodes objects. That's what I thought it was. It encodes the data. Well, in most cases, yes. If you really jumble the order on this method, app again. App is equal to router. Yes, I suppose app at its core is a router. So app at its core, like router. No. What is really there in this router? So routers just two things. Well, so I can see. Object is such an overloaded word in OOP. Yeah. Because I mean, objects are, you need an object for everything. Like strict OOP. Right? Like you can't even print anything to the screen without, if there's some sort of object. Like Java is an public class, whatever it is. What is the static void args or something? Public static void main string args. Well, yeah, but it's abstracted out, right? In Python, like, you know, the user doesn't have to think about the objects strictly. Python, if they don't want to. To my understanding, object in Rose JSON does not. I think pop, isn't it? Oh, I see. Okay. I see. That makes sense, Jay. Routers consist of two things: a handler, function, processes all requests, and a layer stack is then middleware, routes, error handler, and or other routers, and or I should say. Request handling, iterating the layer. You know what? I'm kind of this. Yeah, I guess I'll just push. Iterating the layer stack when the handle method starts processing the request. So okay, so let's do that. Starts. Path matching. The use nested layers. creates new layer side of the existing. For another route, right? Error handling. All the error handling log. They are part of the same stack as the middlewares, routers, and routes. Kind of skimming the request process flow. Okay. Don't need to write all that. That after. The order of the middleware is loading is important. Our functions are also executed first. Define error handling last. Always. The layer stack. Where function must pass control with next. Otherwise, the request response cycle will end. Layer function. Right? Already have that written. What's a project you want to do after finishing? I actually have one in mind already. I want to I'm gonna build my own Pomodoro app that'll have maybe basic you log in and stuff like that. Like you can have your settings attached to your account and basic theme. I kind of want to make essentially a recreation of PomoFocus, a little bit more of a personal. That's the current project I've got scoped out. But I want to practice off that way where you can like log in, you can have an account, you can customize your Pomodoro sessions, you can customize which breaks you take, stuff like this. That's kind of what I'm going to do. And then it's going to hopefully be a tool that I actually end up using. That's what I think I'm going to build after Odin. A little sneak peek right here first. I've mentioned that before actually. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for today. Rolling your own auth is a great project. It's not even as scary as people make it out to be. Yeah, I think it'll be cool. So, and I think I could do it in an innocent, like I think that the benefit with the Pomodoro app is it's innocent enough that if like there is a critical error or something, it's just a Pomodoro app. There's the data that's going to be stored in it is going to be like one object related to like maybe some settings or whatever. Like it's like pretty low stakes. You know what I mean? So I think it's kind of a good starter project. Please do not use a package first. Yeah. I've heard of, well, we'll get there. But anyway, so, all right, so that's that done. I'm going to leave this video out and then we will, I'll just put this. So. Thinking about doing an Odin, but where I make videos and explain everything in detail to people. Oh, interesting, Casey. That'd be actually neat. I mean, that's kind of sort of what I'm doing through the streams, just in way more of an informal setting. But anyway, I think that's gonna do it for today. Kind of getting tired. Long day, but I'll be live again tomorrow when we're gonna do views. We're gonna go through the views lesson and then hopefully get to this mini message board project. We'll see what that is. That is what you're doing. All right, we'll see you, dude. How can I improve my problem solving skills? Practice, Abdallah. Just practice. Put in the reps. We'll get better. Anyway, if you want to follow my journey, please feel free to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Trying to monetize this at some point. Who knows? If you want to be a part of my community, you can join my Discord server. Link at the top of the description. You can get more stream updates there. And yeah. I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Appreciate all